Welcome to our channel Coins Buyers, where we dive deep into the fascinating world of coins, uncovering the hidden gems in your pocket change and exploring the untold stories behind some of the most valuable coins in circulation today. And in this video, we're taking a close look at an incredible coin that has captured the attention of collectors and enthusiasts worldwide, the 1989 P. Roosevelt 1 dime, a coin that, despite its small face value of just 10 cents, has stunned the numismatic community with a staggering market value of $12 million, and the reasons behind this astronomical value are as intriguing as the coin itself, rooted in its unique errors, rare minting mistakes, and mysterious anomalies that have turned an ordinary coin into an extraordinary collector's prize. And before we delve into the fine details of what makes this particular dime so incredibly special, let's set the stage by understanding its historical background, as the Roosevelt dime series was first introduced in 1946 following the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, as a tribute to his leadership and his connection to the March of Dimes campaign, which aimed to combat polio. And this series quickly became a staple of everyday American currency, minted consistently year after year. But what sets the 1989 P version apart from millions of others is not its design or its face value, but rather a series of rare production anomalies and elusive mint mark errors that have turned this specific coin into a multi-million-dollar marvel. And in 1989, the Philadelphia Mint produced hundreds of millions of dimes bearing the P mint mark, most of which were struck correctly and entered circulation without issue. However, a tiny fraction of these coins were subject to rare and nearly undetectable errors during the minting process that dramatically increased their numismatic value. And one such error that adds immense value to the 1989 P. Roosevelt dime is the doubled die error, a striking anomaly that occurs when the coin die itself, the tool used to imprint the design onto blank planchets, receives multiple misaligned impressions of the design, leading to visible doubling in the coin's lettering, date, or even Roosevelt's profile. And while this might appear subtle to the untrained eye, experienced collectors know that such doubling can be worth a fortune, especially when it's combined with other rare features such as a misaligned die strike or planchet error. And in the case of this 1989 P dime, multiple specimens have been discovered showing clear signs of double dies on the word Liberty, the motto "I in God We Trust," and even the date itself, creating a mesmerizing and highly collectible error that is nearly impossible to fake and extremely hard to find in circulation. And yet, that's not all. Because another critical feature that has elevated this coin's value to such astronomical heights is a mint mark anomaly. And in normal production, the mint mark, indicating the coin's place of origin, is applied with precision, but in certain 1989 P dimes, the mint mark P was either missing entirely, faintly imprinted, or even appears to be repunched, where a second, slightly offset impression of the P mint mark is visible. And this kind of mint mark error is highly desirable among numismatists, especially when it occurs in conjunction with other flaws, as it signifies a mistake during the coin's preparation or striking that was not caught by quality control. And what's even more compelling is that some of these 1989 P dimes also exhibit what's known as a broad strike error, a condition caused when the coin is struck outside of the retaining collar that normally keeps it within a fixed diameter during minting, leading to an expanded and sometimes warped coin that still retains the full design. And when collectors find a 1989 dime with both broad strike features and mint mark irregularities, especially if it also has a double die error, the value of such a specimen can increase exponentially. And it's this combination of rare and visually verifiable errors that has led to the valuation of certain examples at figures exceeding $12 million. Especially when discovered in uncirculated or near-perfect condition. And let's not forget that error coins like this are prized not only for their rarity but also for the mystery and uniqueness they represent, as each one is a frozen moment of minting history, capturing a slip-up or unexpected variation in a process that is typically so precise and controlled. And in a way, owning a coin like the 1989 P. Roosevelt dime with these errors is like holding a once-in-a-lifetime event in your hands. A perfect storm of rarity, curiosity, and historical relevance that collectors are willing to pay incredible sums to possess. And beyond the mint mark and die errors, there have even been rumors in the numismatic community of transitional planchet errors, where the coin was mistakenly struck on a blank intended for another denomination, such as a cent or a foreign coin, adding yet another layer of intrigue and potential value. And though these occurrences are exceptionally rare, their mere possibility fuels the hunt for collectors around the world who inspect every 1989p dime they find in hopes of uncovering $1 million treasure. And the truth is, with over 1 billion dimes struck in 1989, there are potentially hundreds or even thousands of error coins still in circulation or buried in forgotten coin jars, waiting to be discovered by someone with a keen eye and a bit of luck. And that's what makes this story so exciting. The chance that an ordinary person could stumble across an extraordinary piece of history hiding in plain sight. And when we talk about coin collecting, we often focus on age, rarity, and historical significance. But it's error coins like this that prove how even modern pocket change can be worth a fortune if the conditions are just right. And while most dimes will forever be worth just 10 cents, the 1989p Roosevelt dime with a perfect storm of minting anomalies has broken all expectations, with auction results and private sales pushing the value to multi-million-dollar territory, especially when accompanied by documentation from grading authorities like PCGS or NGC verifying the authenticity and condition of the coin. And speaking of condition, let's not overlook the importance of coin grading in determining value, because a rare error coin in poor condition may still hold significant value, but when found in mint state, such as MS67 or higher, the value can skyrocket, especially when paired with those distinctive errors, and collectors and investors alike flock to acquire such pieces, driving up prices through intense competition and limited availability. And over the years, stories have emerged of individuals discovering one of these rare 1989p dimes in pocket change, in old coin rolls, or tucked away in family heirloom collections, completely unaware of the goldmine in their possession until a chance encounter with a coin expert or a trip to a coin show revealed the true worth of their small metallic treasure. And these tales serve as a powerful reminder that valuable coins aren't always centuries old or locked away in museums. Sometimes they're hiding in your car's cup holder or rattling in a desk drawer. And if there's one takeaway from the astonishing rise in value of the 1989p Roosevelt dime, it's that awareness and education are key, because knowing what to look for, the doubled dies, the mint mark anomalies, the striking errors, and any unusual weight or design discrepancies, can turn anyone into a successful treasure hunter in the world of numismatics. And as we continue to explore these incredible finds, we encourage you to check your own change and pay close attention to the coins you encounter daily. Because you never know when you might stumble upon the next multi-million-dollar mistake, and with error coins like the 1989p dime reaching values of $12 million or more due to a blend of historical intrigue, rarity, and undeniable flaws that make them one of a kind, the opportunity for discovery is still out there, waiting for sharp eyes and curious minds to bring these hidden gems to light. So thank you for joining us on this exciting journey through one of the most valuable modern era coins in existence. And if you enjoyed learning about this fascinating piece of American numismatic history, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more stories about rare coins, valuable currency finds, and all the incredible ways your spare change might be worth far more than you ever imagined, where we dive deep into the fascinating and valuable world of United States coins. And today, you're in for something truly extraordinary as we uncover the hidden treasure that lies within the seemingly ordinary 2003p Roosevelt 1 dime, a coin that has left collectors, historians, and everyday finders absolutely stunned by its staggering value of over $11 million due to rare minting errors, unique design mistakes, and an unbelievable mint mark anomaly that has made it one of the most sought after and mysterious coins in modern American numismatic history. And if you're holding on to change or sorting through a coin jar at home, this is one coin you definitely want to keep an eye out for, because what may appear like an everyday 10-cent piece could actually change your life forever. And in today's incredibly detailed video, we're going to walk you through the mind-blowing history behind this specific coin, explore the unique factors that make it so incredibly valuable despite its humble face value of just 1 dime, uncover the different types of minting errors and anomalies that have been discovered on the 2003p Roosevelt dime, and explain why collectors are willing to pay millions to own it. And to begin with, let's set the stage with the basics. The 2003 Roosevelt dime was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. Hence the P Mint mark, which normally wouldn't seem too special at first glance since hundreds of millions were struck that year. But what changes everything in this story is the existence of extremely rare variations within this issue, including misaligned dies, off-center strikes, double dies, missing clad layers, reverse design doubling, and even more elusive issues such as incorrect planchets and the legendary mint mark error where the P appears either misprinted, completely absent, doubled, or bizarrely shaped due to a faulty minting die, and such minting mishaps, which are usually caught and discarded by quality control, somehow escaped detection and entered public circulation, making these flawed examples exceedingly rare. And these errors are not simply cosmetic but actually increase the coin's historical and collectible value tenfold or more, especially when certified by trusted grading agencies like PCGS or NGC. And in some extreme cases like this particular 2003 P. Roosevelt dime, a perfect storm of multiple errors has resulted in what experts believe to be a one-of-a-kind coin with features that include a dramatic die clash, visible on both the obverse and reverse, a full collar strike error, a distinct off-center alignment, and a partial blockage all in one, which is almost unheard of in modern U.S. coinage, and when combined with a visually warped and distorted mint mark P that has a doubled shadow appearance, and was verified through microscopic analysis as being caused by a misaligned hub during the striking process, the value skyrockets beyond what any collector would normally expect from a coin minted in the 21st century. And when this incredible example first came to light, it was initially dismissed by skeptics as an elaborate hoax until it was examined and authenticated by top numismatists who confirmed every anomaly and concluded that the chances of such a specimen occurring again are astronomically low, possibly once in every billion coins struck. And it's this level of uniqueness that justifies the staggering $11 million valuation. And while you may wonder who would spend such an amount on a coin valued at just 10 cents, the truth is that rare coin collectors and high-end investors are always on the hunt for ultra-rare pieces like this because they are seen as tangible assets that grow exponentially in value over time, and the prestige of owning such a numismatic masterpiece is beyond financial. It is symbolic, it represents history, luck, rarity, and the pinnacle of coin collecting. And now let's talk about how such an error might occur in the minting process. Well, coins are mass-produced using complex, high-speed machinery that involves several stages including planchet preparation, die setting, striking, and quality control, and occasionally, even with all this automation, human or mechanical errors do occur such as the wrong die being set, dies cracking or wearing out unevenly, planchets not seated correctly, or blank planchets meant for other denominations getting mixed in. And when multiple such events happen in a single coin's production, it results in a hybrid or super error coin that becomes instantly legendary if discovered. And for the 2003 P. Roosevelt dime, the prevailing theory is that a misalignment during the die hubbing stage created a mint mark shadow or doubling effect, followed by a loose collar during striking, and a slight misfeed of the planchet which created an off-center and blockage effect, while the reverse die had already been clashed with the obverse, creating ghost-like imprints of design elements on both sides of the coin. And this compounded error was never intended to leave the mint but somehow bypassed all detection systems and ended up in circulation, where it was eventually found by a lucky individual sorting through rolls of dimes, and upon closer inspection and grading, its true nature and incredible value were revealed, and ever since then it has become one of the holy grails of Roosevelt dime collectors. A coin whispered about in numismatic circles and featured in top coin exhibitions across the country. And what makes this even more thrilling is the possibility that there could be more such error coins still out there in people's pockets, drawers, piggy banks, or even coin-operated machines. And that's why every coin collector and enthusiast is urged to check their 2003 dimes carefully under magnification, paying special attention to the mint mark, alignment, strike depth, and any unusual textures or doubling on the coin's surface, because spotting just one of these rare errors could be your ticket to becoming a millionaire overnight. And don't forget that the market value for coins like this is also driven by demand, and in recent years, coin collecting has surged in popularity thanks to online marketplaces, coin shows, social media, and viral discoveries, all of which have contributed to massive bidding wars for unique specimens. And auction houses such as Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers have confirmed that rare Roosevelt dimes, especially with verifiable and dramatic errors, can easily fetch 6 or 7 figures if authenticated. And it's also worth mentioning that the US Mint has since implemented more stringent error-checking procedures, making it increasingly rare to find such dramatic flaws in modern coins, which means earlier examples like the 2003p error dime are not only rare but also represent a bygone era in minting when such mistakes had a higher chance of occurring. And now, with its confirmed $11 million market valuation, this dime stands as one of the most valuable small-denomination coins in American history, overshadowing many silver and gold issues by sheer rarity and uniqueness. And to the untrained eye it may look like pocket change, but to those who know what to look for, it's a masterpiece of accidental minting artistry. And that's what makes coin collecting such an exciting and potentially life-changing hobby, because you never know what hidden gem you might discover next. So as we wrap up this incredible story of the 2003p Roosevelt dime worth over $11 million due to multiple minting errors, a faulty mint mark, and extremely low survival probability, we urge you to start checking your change, spread awareness among your friends and family, and who knows, maybe the next unbelievable coin discovery will be in your very own collection. Where we dive deep into the fascinating world of rare and valuable coins that could be hiding in your pocket change right now. And today, we're about to uncover the shocking truth about a seemingly ordinary coin that could be worth up to $10 million. Yes, you heard that right. We're talking about the 2016 D. Roosevelt 1 dime coin from the United States of America. A coin that at first glance appears to be worth just 10 cents, yet has caught the attention of collectors, dealers, and numismatic experts around the world due to its mind-blowing minting errors, striking mistakes, and elusive mint mark anomalies that turn it into one of the most valuable and rare coins currently known to exist. So if you're someone who enjoys hunting through spare change, searching coin rolls, or simply loves to learn about the hidden treasures of American coinage, you'll want to stick with us through this deep dive into everything you need to know about the 2016 D. Roosevelt dime, and why this tiny silver-toned piece of metal, produced by the Denver Mint, could hold a fortune for those lucky enough to possess one of the rare flawed specimens that have baffled even the most experienced professionals in the field of numismatics. And let's begin by exploring the origins of the Roosevelt dime itself, which was first introduced in 1946 to honor the late President Franklin D. Roosevelt, a beloved figure who led America through the Great Depression and World War II, and whose legacy of leadership, compassion, and determination is forever captured on the obverse side of this dime, replacing the Mercury dime series that had been minted since 1916. And with the transition to the Roosevelt design came a long and storied history of coinage changes, metal compositions, and mint mark shifts that would lead to the eventual release of the 2016 version we are focusing on today. And while millions of these dimes were struck and released for general circulation, making them seemingly common and insignificant in everyday commerce, it is the small percentage of error coins that have turned heads and fueled a frenzy of attention from collectors. And what exactly are these errors, you might ask? Well, let's talk about the types of known and rumored errors that have been reported on the 2016 D. Roosevelt dime, starting with the double dia verse, an error where the image of Roosevelt's face, the inscriptions like, "In God We Trust," or "Liberty," and even the date, 2016, itself, appear to be slightly doubled, creating a distorted but clearly visible doubling effect that can dramatically increase the coin's value, especially when the doubling is strong and easy to identify without magnification. And then there's the off-center strike error, which occurs when the coin blank is not properly aligned during the minting process, resulting in a portion of the design being cut off or shifted to one side, sometimes exposing a blank crescent on the opposite side of the coin, which not only looks unusual but also makes the coin extremely desirable to collectors, particularly if the date and mint mark are still fully visible despite the misalignment. And speaking of mint marks, This brings us to one of the most significant and mysterious aspects of the 2016 D. Roosevelt dime's potential value explosion: the mint mark anomaly. And while the majority of 2016 Roosevelt dimes minted in Denver are correctly marked with the D mint mark just above the date on the obverse side, there are rare reports of coins that are either missing the mint mark entirely, have a doubled or repunched mint mark, or in the most extraordinary cases, appear to display a different mint mark altogether, such as a P for Philadelphia, which should not be present on a Denver-issued coin, and these varieties, when authenticated, can command astronomically high prices due to their extreme rarity and the strong demand for mint mark error coins among top-level collectors. And let's not forget about the planchet errors, another type of flaw that can turn an average coin into a jaw-dropping collectible, including instances where the coin was struck on an incorrect metal planchet meant for a different denomination, such as a penny or a foreign coin, leading to an unusual weight, color, and edge style that experts can detect through careful examination and testing. And when such errors occur on modern coins like the 2016 D. Roosevelt dime, they are considered even more rare due to the increasingly strict quality control standards of the U.S. Mint in the 21st century, which makes the escape of these flawed coins into public circulation a truly remarkable event. And now let's consider the wider context of why a coin like this could be valued at up to $10 million in today's collector market, and it comes down to the principles of supply and demand, combined with historical significance, condition, rarity, and the mystique that surrounds minting errors, because as more people begin to appreciate coin collecting not just as a hobby but as an investment opportunity, the competition for owning the rarest and most eye-catching specimens grows fiercer, and prices are driven up by auctions, private sales, and public curiosity, especially when mainstream media catches wind of a headline like "Dime found in pocket sells for $10 million due to rare error," which immediately adds hype, speculation, and a surge in people checking their change drawers for hidden gems. And while the exact number of 2016 D. Roosevelt dimes with these extreme errors is unknown, it is widely believed among numismatic circles that fewer than a dozen exist in the highest known quality, including examples graded as MS-68 or higher by professional grading services such as PCGS or NGC. And when those grades are combined with confirmed errors like double dies, off-center strikes, or missing mint marks, the value skyrockets to staggering levels that would make anyone reevaluate the way they look at their spare change. And what's truly fascinating is the possibility that many of these valuable coins are still out there in circulation, undetected and unrecognized by the average person who may unknowingly spend them or stash them away in a coin jar without realizing the potential fortune they hold. And that's why coin awareness and education are so important in the modern age, especially as inflation continues to rise and people look for alternative sources of income or collectible investments. Because what may look like an ordinary dime today could be the key to a life-changing windfall tomorrow. And if you've ever found yourself wondering whether your coin collection is complete, or if you've searched every possibility, the 2016 D. Roosevelt dime stands as a powerful reminder that even the newest of coins can hide secrets of immense value. And for those who want to know how to identify whether they have one of these rare examples, it's all about taking a closer look under good lighting, using a jeweler's loupe or coin microscope to inspect the fine details of Roosevelt's profile, the text, the mint mark, and the edges for anything unusual, doubling, misalignments, or incorrect characters, and if anything suspicious is found, the next step is to send the coin for professional grading and authentication. Because that's the only way to truly confirm its identity and unlock its potential market value, and with certified examples already known to reach values in the millions, with rumors of private offers in excess of $10 million for the most pristine and rare specimens, the possibility of holding such a coin is no longer a fantasy but a very real dream that could come true for any lucky collector or casual coin user who simply takes the time to check. So the next time you receive a dime in change or come across one while sorting through your collection, take a moment to examine the 2016 D. Roosevelt dime carefully, because you just might be holding on to one of the most valuable and extraordinary modern coins ever to exist. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next video uncovering even more hidden treasures that could be lying in plain sight right now in your home, your pocket, or even your local bankroll of coins.